race ready. She's been a regular with us here all season long, the novice sportsman. If you're new here and you're not familiar with novice sportsmen, they're the same sportsman cars that you're going to see that you saw earlier with 87 strong here. But again, these are drivers who don't have a lot of experience, don't have a lot of track time. It's a chance for them to gain valuable experience before moving up. And we've had tremendous success with this division. There are guys already in the modified division winning. One of them RD3, another one Timmy Sears, all have moved to the novice division at one point and have come all the way up the ladder into the big blocks. But again, it's a place to start before really throwing drivers into the deep end of the pool. So it's been good. And we'll have to keep it going. I can't see why this class wouldn't exist forever.
That's right. Corey Barker, another young driver that started in the novice sportsman division. Now up in the Tracy Road Equipment small block modified division here.
Oh yeah, it's I mean we can sit here and name a whole bunch really.
Yeah. 34-hour Nick Root, son of Kevin Root, normally playing crew chief for his dad. Get strapped into the race car.
I think Nick was tall enough to get behind the wheel of a race car. Nick was the crew chief of the year a couple years ago through dirt car after his dad won the sports division title. And, you know, Tyler Murray was running his car, and Kevin took it back for his son. I guess that happens. Can't say there aren't racing roots in that family. I'm sorry.
We haven't even had the green flag yet.
I didn't even think about that until after I hesitated. Oh well. We see Paul the rider at other tracks, and he's a pretty good runner. That car comes in the hauler with the Williams car, doesn't it? That comes with the 88.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
That's where he was over there. Yep.
Don't see many novice sportsman drivers with such shoe Chevrolet as the sponsor of the front quarter panel. Yeah, I think he has one here. He's also run other places, but he's been around. And again, Mikey White out there in the number 7W. He's a regular. One JVS used to be Jimmy Spano's car, right? Yeah, and that's got Justin Pierre behind the wheel. Could be Pyre, but it could be Pierre. Here we go. Green flag right now, 6 laps. And novice, either a novice sportsman. And let's start. novice sportsman.
All right, thanks, Bill. Going away on the pole in 33B will be Brianna Murtaugh. On her outside, starting in the second spot, it's the 28 of Mark Potter. Second row inside goes the 39S of Josh Fellows out of Phoenix. Then on his outside, the 44C of that county. Inside row number 3, got mine. On his outside goes away in the number 6 spot. Feature winner here twice this year, I believe, the 77L of Buddy Leafley. Bottom row inside is the 7, going to be the 7T of Larry Taylor. And on his outside, the 28M of John Morrison. And it looks like the 42L of Jason Lopes, I believe, maybe, out there. Green.
tonight's feature event. We prepared 4 cylinders ready to hit the racetrack. They will run 6-lap qualifying heats. Outside the 69, Junior Phil Grover Jr. Alan White driving away in the number 41 in June. Way on the outside. Mike Games in the 13 inside row number 3 and Tyler Beckler outside the 7B in position number 6. Dave Sims in the 38 will start the inside of row number 4 and Ted Leader, and the 93L will go away on the outside. Damian Beckler in the 5M inside of row number 5 outside Jamie Ramley in the 18R, and Gene Foster in the 16F completes the field. So 11 cars scheduled to go away.
Large field of 4-cylinder stock is here tonight. We're going to start
Ronnie Leo in the middle of the car. superlative. But in the front row, O.J. White and Bill Weller see the white flag. We'll turn them loose next time around. Yeah, this one, I'm sorry. Just an easy joyride, the 69 tonight, and just in second in that one was the 17 Tyler Beckler. He number 2 going down the ramp, and on the pole, 19 of Holy Fritz, the Mennonite Whistle, they call him. That's a most interesting nickname I've heard, but that's what they call him, the 19, the Mennonite Whistle of Holy Fritz. Outside of Holy was the number 73 Tim Greenfield, 32 Tom goes way on the outside. Don't they got a top on that now, don't they? They do, okay. Here's my house wheel. On the outside. Great coach in the 69. Or 67K goes way inside the Fort Francis. Number 16 outside of him. There's number 5, Nathaniel Riders R1 and Bob Lovine, excuse me, in the 15, and Gage Gage Dingy, goes the 22C. And we had a couple of late arrivals. The 1K, the 3T are late arrivals. We don't have an ID on those guys yet. Again, several cars coming in after the scores, and everybody came upstairs. They bought their ticket, went to their pits, and That might be a greenfield car, possibly.
I think you are correct, Bill. It's a little hard to say something from here.
Don't ask me how I know, but
73 teams in Greenfield in trouble. Getting together back up though. So he will be able to reach downfield.
that kick start outside the front row, and it's got some body panels cracked up in that left front fender.
Well, that was a wild start on that one down the back. Four wide as Wallace went to the high side and Mancuso went to the low side, and coming off of turn 4, Mancuso was able to get the advantage and take the lead away from Holy Threads.
So one Dante, that's what he has on the car, Dante Mancuso.
Buster part of the state, I've seen it run strong out of Batavia. Fulton Speedway, where I've seen it before. Joining us here tonight.
Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice that so many cars hauled in to support this four-cylinder championship event tonight. And a lot of new faces. Here we go, green flag is out one more time. Send it up the racetrack. I think down at the bottom here, we can't get a number on it, can you?
I cannot. I think
he might go with the leader rivals.
I think
looks like 3K on that car.
You might be right. It's kind of on like the door post, the rear door post. It's not on the door itself.
But the new NASCAR numbers, right, Trickster? Get the ear head start. Tire.
Halfway home in this one.
Oh, there it is, the 3T. And there are parts and pieces I put in, laying on the racetrack up there. And, yep. And there's fluid all around it. Like, when he hit, every bit of liquid in the engine decided to exit the car from any hole or crevice in the bottom of that machine. So we're going to run through that just a little bit.
Okay, for the four-cylinder. Dante Mancuso, your leader, the 113. Chris Panofsky, over here, runs the second. 60th Francis White runs third.
He should at least get his name set over the PA system. Troy Sensabaugh, his fight is over. His weekend is over. Big hit down there in turn number 1. He came He came in late and he'll exit early, unfortunately.
Hate to see that.
Well, what else we got going up there?
We got the Quinn Walls machine being hooked to get off the speedway.
We got a line of fluid right down where the pace car starts right now. We're going to go do that for a couple of laps, I would think. Meanwhile, the track crew's still working high on the racetrack to get Quinn Wallace's 21W off the speedway, putting one of the top runners on a weekly basis over at the Shaped Dirt Deep in the Fulton Speedway here during the course of the 2021 season.
Several wins on the year in that class, and also showing some speed and improvement with his sportsman program. We'll see him out here later tonight in the 21W sportsman for the Dirt Car Series qualifying e-races for the Industrial Center LCNY 50 lap feature tomorrow.
So it looks like a Dante Mancuso, one Dante leading the way. Chris Panofsky, second, the 113. That Grant White all the way up the third already with the number 60. And the 32F of Tim Bumpus back there at the fourth spot. And Ole Fritz, the Mennonite Missile, runs up top five. I just like that. I can't help that. I've never heard anybody refer to the Mennonite Missile before that. Mennonites and the Missile, two words that don't actually go together, you know?
I know him.
So he's a calm weapon of destruction. That's what he is. I mean, I hope not. Beautiful car, though. Nice looking car. And I was safe to say, first time we've seen him here at the Speedway.
I've seen that car before, maybe at the Outlaw Speedway down in the Finger Lake region.
If you're down at turn number 1 or high in turn number 4, look at that sunset over to the west, northwest, not the due west. Due west is dull. The one up behind. Somebody go take a picture of it. Yep.
Sure, Mike Johnson, your Dean will get on that.
Get that?
Yep.
Everything out,
Field getting ready to go back to the green flag action, 3 laps into the 6th lap for cylinder 8. Dante Mancuso.
He's been around the block. He's got a transponder. He must be rich. Four-cylinder guys usually don't have transponders. Chuck Kowalczyk and Quinn Wallace, right? Grant White in there. He makes you fields tonight. So heads up start for the support divisions. Sports will redraw tomorrow for the big industrial terms of New York Sportsman Shootout. Heat number 3, Chuck Kowalczyk's on the pole. Outside of him, Mike Stone driving the number 28. Second row inside Joe Buskey Jr., the 21. And the 111J of A.J. St. Mary. Eric Rowley goes away to the 20 inside of row number 3, and Derek Van Epps goes away on the outside of the 531. Timmy Dunn, 96T inside of row number 4, outside of Sam Kersey to the 17S. Ray Beckler, the 26P, and and Justin Burns in the 11J around down the field. Looks like Evan White out here for this one too in the 41. A late arrival, the 29K. I don't have him. We'll get 90 for you though. White flag out?
Oh, it's not all of them tonight?
Next up will be 2 Stars on White qualifying events.
Watch the rabbits. Oh, yeah, but it's still...
I know that VW Raptor walls has been around the track many times.
When was that car built? 84? Is that what we heard? 94. 96, all right. Give or take a year or two. Okay. Fulton Speedway during Labor Day weekend. Broke the axle on the car and didn't have a great weekend after all, but put it all back together. So he's having some engine problems, lost his main engine, popped a different one in there. Right now he's going to go back to work. I hope that wasn't a major problem, as we've got our qualifiers in the books.
And what? It's going to take you home. I told him, come over here.
I tell you, some people say the four-cylinder division's a budget division, but there were some cars out there that were looking really strong and really fancy out there. A couple of them look like street stocks.
What the four-cylinder division, Adam, is they just, every track is a little bit different.
See that commercial?
We got a problem down here, up at turn number 4, right behind. I can't see it. I got a light pole
It is
right in
the
front of me.
41 of Evan Wright.
Yeah. Ford Road.
Up next, the Mont White heat races. There are two.
These are 6 laps, these are 8 laps the distance.
Take a left, I'm gonna go one.
Yep, 8 laps, all qualifying heads up start.
I'll go through these with you, and Chris can slide in for the hobby and late models if that works out for him.
Got a four-wheeler, got a snowmobile.
Once again, 50-50. There's 5 sellers out there. Lori, Morgan, Kenzie, Trent, and who else? Anna. Okay. Can't forget about Anna Fink. So 5 50-50 ticket sellers out there. Wave them on down. You can go a little bit
Morgan's the only one smart enough to walk by us. How's school going?
I know.
Is it good?
I've had a lot of people.
Awesome.
They won't let me park up here. I'm way up on.
She's a teacher by trade.
Who is?
Morgan Ford is a teacher. I don't want to blow up her spot, but yeah. She is a teacher. She is educating today's youth.
We're down with a bonfire.
Thankless job sometimes, I'm sure of it.
Is that what you and I can't say?
So you see the 41 of Everett's Neon has seen better days, but the Monways coming on the racetrack for their first of 2 heat races. 8 laps away, heads up starting on the 4 heat race. Motorsports number 9 is Roger Elshewski. The outside of Elshewski in the black and green color number 5K, that is Matt Kitts. Row 2 will see the Flying Banana, Tucker Halliday to the inside, and Magic Mike Mullen to his outside for row 2. Row 3 will see Hunter Lawton and Chris Bonofsky get behind the wheel of Motley. Then we got Joe Moeller and Brad Harrison in the next row, followed by Joe Garofalo in the double nickel in the 155 of Clean for the third. Green flag is out. Heat race.
That was the one that kept flipping.
That's right.
Fulton Speedway this year.
Yeah. It flipped like 3 weeks in a row. Yeah.
So Harris is, looks like he might need a hook. Nope, goes away.
A 155 forward. He's got a flat right rear tire on that race car, so he'll have to inevitably be pulling pit side on the Garoppolo's importing number 155. We'll see what Harris decides to do. I think Harris is going to tag Mattel here.
Ryan Clayton Brewer come feature time. He's going to be fun to watch, no doubt about that.
Yeah, this he's not over either. Mullen's been the fastest car on the Speedway last 3 laps, but he's sitting in the runner-up spot. We'll see how this shakes out.
For the feature event tonight. Yep. That kid's going around in the end of the 5K up there.
So the feature finish looks like this: a flying banana. Tucker Halliday with a heat race win. Mike Mullen does come home second. Hunter Lawton third. Joe Garoppolo fourth. Roger Alszewski crossing the line in position number 5. As heat number 2 of 2 for the monoplates out on the racetrack. Here's Bill with the lineup.
Kyle Nemo on the pole with Wayne Nemo in the number 18. Jonathan Allen, the previous all-time record. Tristan Dibble in the 4 goes away inside. Row number 3 outside Doug Williams. Keith Elliott in the 14. The 31 is J.J. Corsi. Goes away inside the next row. Outside is Justin Williams in the 10W. Round out the field, Joel Lyon in the 11X and Harley Brown in the number 8.
believe it's Greg something. We'll find out before the night's over. Here we go. Green flag is out for E-Race.
His father was a regular here in the Pro Stock Division. That completes the heat races for the hobby stock division here tonight. We'll see them a little bit later on for their feature event. Next up will be the qualifying heats for the Brian Dolbear Memorial Rush Crate Late Model,
Sponsored by Billy Whitaker's Cars and Trucks. And here is how they'll line them up. Starting on the pole, the Tracy Road Equipment 13 Tower Rising Haunted Hayride Speed Seat Collision. Number 3X, that is Kevin Cook, is outside. And the 94X, that is Austin Allen. Both you are inside, third spot. And the 54 Todd Chapman. Outside of Todd in car number 30, that is Dave Moyer. Then we got Chris Fleming. Showtime. Chris Fleming in the Simon Agency Hot Steam Bus Service. Number 10, and outside of him in the 93J, that is Sean Beardsley. Sean Beardsley in the 93J. Last car on the racetrack here. Supposed to be the number 82 of Will Shields. Will Shields piloting the former 160 of Max Hill machine. We'll get the fire up and he'll start from inside of row number 2. So we Cook, Allen, Shields, Moyer, Chapman, Beardsley, and Fleming here. 8 laps in distance. All will qualify. It'll be a heads-up start here for the Brian Dolbear Memorial.
I believe this is the first late model start for Will Shields. Don't remember it. Before we got the
the number 2 position there in heat race number 1. Finds his way around the 3X of Kevin Cook and will pick up heat race win number 1. He is teammates with a driver we will see here in heat race number 2, a driver no stranger to victory lane in the late models during Outlaw 200 weekend competition. And that's Bryce Davis out of Cornell, New York. He will go outside of row number 1 to the inside in car number 7, the Doug Gross Construction sponsor machine. That is pork chop Brian Knowles. Brian Knowles in car number 7, your pole sitter coming into the evening. He does have a win at the Speedway here this year. He'll be one to contend with here if you want to win tonight. Outside row number 2 will see your defending Fulton Speedway track champion, the Laser chassis. That's the 91, the Masson and Missile. That is Chad Holman to the outside of Holman. In car number 64, that is Alan Chapman. Rutsky, Brett Belden, the Enchanted Forest Water Supply number 81. And Harry Halliday, the high flyer in the 13-2. Also called High Wire Harry, as he's an electrician, a linesman by day, late model driver by night. Here we go. Green flag is out. Machine, that is Tyler Stevenson. Row number 3 on the inside, 5th starter. In the Billy Whitaker's Cars and Trucks. Number 0, that is Tony Fitch the second, starting in position number 6. And the LTI, sponsored 83, that is Dustin Bradley, next row to the inside. And the 2D, that is Tyler Dockstetter. To the outside of Dockstetter should be the 29 of Jason Brzee. He did not make the call. That will move up to number 8W of Kevin Warren. Final starter here in heat race number 1 will be the 44C of Ed Downing. Ed Downing in the 44C.
Industrial Tire Central New York, heat bonus cash, $150 for first, $100 for second, and $50 for third. Courtesy of Industrial Tire of Central New York. First green flag. Now here we go.
all kinds of upset there on the zero.
Well, this happened early when the 83 got in trouble and all heck broke loose behind. So Tony tried to just finish the race in a decent spot for the really the consolation events.
Yeah, because if you have some trouble in your heat race, you're starting deep in one of the consies, and with the number of cars here, you're lucky to take 2 out of each consi.
Right.
And if you're starting really deep, you're not doing yourselves any favors, because it's 2 from each of the 8 heat races. And probably 4 or less in each consi, depending on how many of those we decide to have.
So it down, he gets pushed down the front straight away, and he is done for the qualifying heat, but we see him again, he's going to be coming from a long way in the back, and he showed he could do it as he started the tail end of this field, worked his way up to the 5th in just a couple of short laps. And I guess putting a tow truck on this one.
So trying to get it push started, and unfortunately it's not going to work out for him. The biggest benefactor in all this is Jason Brzee. He missed the start. He was scheduled to start 8th. He saw the green flag fly and he was still atop the pit ramp. So lucky for him, he has a yellow, and maybe can make up some ground here. As we're only 3 laps into this one, 5 remain. I thought we were going to have yellow there on the first lap, as we had a couple cars get together at the start of the race. We had 83 of Dustin Bradley get a little upset, and the 2 of Doc Stetter having to seek evasive action along, I believe, with the 8 of Warren.
Big adventure tonight for the tow truck drivers to find where the cars are parked in the pits. Not an easy task. In case you're interested, the cars on in the pits go all the way down the drag strip, almost to the river tonight. And it's all the way along the tree line, as far down as well, not as far down as you go, but almost as far as you go down. Nearly 240 cars in the pits tonight. Of course, those biggest numbers, 87 sportsmen, 57 modifieds. So more modifieds tomorrow.
So here we go back to green. Taking 2 from each heat, and the top 2 nearly whacked each other there.
Now Stevenson nearly got by Decker coming down the front straightaway, and meanwhile Miller, the 14 AJ, got caught up behind the 1X, and he was sort of blocked in, really had nowhere to go, as Stevenson went by him on the outside in the Fox 28.
Yeah, the Nerf bar was used there going into 1 as Decker got as wide as an 18-wheeler on the interstate. I thought A.J. Miller was going to get by him both on the inside off the 2. Not the case. As he got another 4 laps in this one. 4 down, 4 remain here, and we're only in heat number 1 of 8. Yes, 8 heats for the Dirt Car Sportsman.
8 laps to distance.
Same old shit.
We'll have the E-Energy Novice Sportsman Championship 20-lap event up next, followed by the 4-cylinder open. The Fleet Repair 4-cylinder open, 25 laps of distance.
the bad part was.
I'm taking a look at these groups, and I got heat number 6 circled with white eyes.
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Think Fowler Phelps, Bob Murphy, Crispin Corcoran, Matt Janzik, Nair, Sanford group near. That is crazy. That's an eye-opening group right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and several of those guys might not even make the feature.
No.
When it's all over.
And Janzik, who won more than anybody in the sportsman division this year, he starts in 8th in a heat where you're only taking 2. Here we go, reporting back down. Small amount of yellow fever popping up here in heat number 1. And Decker able to get back by from Black there on lap number 5.
Tony, if I just got it, looks like it's running over rumble strips on the throughway right now. The way that car just bounces up and down coming down the front straightaway, that's got to be a handful to handle.
Yeah, and you know he wants to get in there and change that shock, but you know he's got to stay out there.
Yeah,
because the better he finishes, the easier his night's going to be for the consies. Machine with significant damage there on the left front, or the right front rather, of the Bradley LGI sponsored 83, so he'll get off on the hook as the pace lights are off. And it looks like Decker, your leader, have lane choice and has elected the high side of the speedway here on the restart. Elect to his inside, then it's Miller, Stevenson, Finch, Docksetter, Brazee, and Kicks. Get your 50-50 tickets, the 50-50 Divas out and about.
Well, Kurt's not a diva.
No, he's not. Right. Here we go. Now you have out there as Wolf and Fellows with heavy contact. I just saw Wolf shoot way up the racetrack in turn number 1, and Fellows just trying to turn the car around, went all the way up the racetrack.
Now Bushy comes to a stop up there with number 8.
Yeah, Bushy was way behind that too, Bill. He was down the front stretch when all that contact happened in turn 1. So Cody Wolf going to need a hook there in the rear end of that number 80W machine, as the rear end all kinds of jacked up there. In turn number 3, after the contact with Fellows in the 39, I think Fellows might be able to roll away, depending on how much damage he has to the 30 machine. I believe they were looking for the same piece of real estate there, Bill, and just met in the middle.
That happens.
As Bushy will get pushed to the pit area as well.
Not a lot to give when you get to this point of the season. If somebody feels they want a piece of real estate, they keep it.
Especially when you're taking 2. You're taking 2 in each heat. That does not leave much room for error.
That's a pickup truck I bought. Bill bought it.
As Richard Murtaugh looking pretty good so far here in heat race number 2. Chris Mackey is trying to look to the inside a handful of times, but not close enough to actually create a passing opportunity. And then the youngster Kyle Devendorf in his sophomore campaign behind the wheel of the 5KD in the TK2 Motorsports machine, sitting there in the number 3 spot. Then you got the 30X, or the 30 of Mike Root, a regular here with us on Saturday nights, and then Michael Wagner Fitzgerald in the 88 machine. And Michael Wagner Fitzgerald, a former kart driver turned sportsman competitor, and he comes out here every year for the Outlaw 200. And he's got Heilbert Excavating and Trucking Incorporated on the side of that, number 88.
Well, the tow trucks weren't busy earlier, but they've been busy since the sportsmen at the racetrack.
Yes, they have.
Always hope they can get to the pitch, leave the cars there, and get back out here in case they're needed again. As we've got 4 laps in. As Ron Julio takes the wheel with the cars and trucks pace car to the infield, and Murtaugh will set the pace with Chris Mackey as we continue heat number 2.
They're already beaten in third and turn 3 and 4. Industrial Tire Sportsman Shootout, and the 5 of Devendorf with a front row seat into the Consi heat number 3 on the racetrack. The speed starting on the pole in car number 6 is Cody Manita. Cody Manita in car number 6 is outside. Fulton Speedway track champion of 38. Sports Radiology. Number 11 to his outside, Riley Gralla. The Ontario Auto sponsored R1. Then we got Mike Austin and Jimmy Moyer, Ryan Shanahan, Bucky K. Hayes, and Jake Dupra rounding out the field here in heat number 3.
They went into turn number 1, and Shanahan got into the back end of the car in front of them. They locked together.
Bumper to bumper process of elimination here, but it's every car I'm like, oh, could be that one. It's not that. Is it Mike Austin in the 9A? Yep, that's the one. As the Director of Traffic Control, Tim Farrell, coming off of his flagging duties. How did that go, sir? Almost like he remembers he knows how to do it. You look pretty good out there. You're 2 to go. Need some work. Work on that one. In 3 years. You're not going to do it again tonight? You're not going to give Ricky another break? What happens when you get a bunch of race fans in the tower?
Go back and play darts.
Calamity ensues. No, you did a great job. I was just teasing you. Yeah.
October 12th, I'm playing for the airport. I've been over there for like 8 years.
So we finally got the 2 cars separated. And Ryan Shanahan, no words for wear. And that was the tightest of slate jobs, wasn't it, Bill? Doesn't get much tighter than that.
They just went, like I said, there was no movement. He went right into the square in the back end. They locked up, and that was all she wrote.
And Ben Wheeler's been running this Brewerton and Fulton circuit here the last couple weeks. And I remember him driving the old Chuck Bauer number 99 for the longest time in the Sportsman division. And and before that, it was like a yellow color number 11. So Ben Wheeler, no stranger to the Sportsman ranks at each racetrack, and back behind the wheel of the number 11, sitting there in the number 4 spot, as he's got Robert Gage to his inside, sitting there in 3rd, and then it's Manita and Sabaka here on the front row. Sabaka on the inside here for the restart.
Mike Austin, the other car involved in that situation up there in turn number 2, and Mike is refired. He'll pick up at the tail end of the field right behind Shanahan. Another driver missing this weekend. We think Steve Marshall, also a little bit under the weather. So Steve really a solid sportsman driver. Always a contender when he's out there, unable to be with us for this edition of the Outlaw 200 weekend. Get $150 goes to the winner, 100 for second, 50 for third, courtesy of Industrial Tire of Central New York.
So here we go, 3 laps to go, top 2 into the show, the rest go to the consi. Here we go, back of the way.
All the rest will go back to the numerous consies we're going to have. I don't know how many there's going to be, but I think we're about
A few years, I remember
about 6 last year.
Yeah, last year we went from like the E to the B, you know.
Number 4, Zach Payne. On the pole. And the Mike Payne, number 7. He's going to be doing 358 battles, but big block battles next year. Outside, Joe Klein for Phoenix. Second row inside, Joe 6W. Started the year, the novice division start outside of row number 2. Jeff Prentice out of Central Square starts inside of row number 3 of the 79, and Tim Baker goes way outside in the 9B. Jim Harbison, keep your eye on Jim Harbison's 18W if he's out there. And then Joe Gozick on the outside there from Oswego with a double OG. Josh Rio in the 91R with Dave Moyer in the 51. And Kevin Stevens on 38 KS scheduled to go away. I don't think he's out there.
In trouble with Tom Lance, not out there.
Little consolations and last chance races coming up in just a little bit. They got $150 going to your winner, Joe Klein, $100 to Zach, and the third place runner, Dorian Woodnock, gets $50. We're halfway home as we're down to heat number 5. You gotta be brave or go to work to drive a race car. Murray in the Lithium Management, number 1 and leads the way. Tyler back in his home car after the launch of the season, number 34.
Again, 8 laps, distance, top 2 cars qualify directly to feature everyone else to a consolation race later tonight. Tyler Murray and Rick Miller leading the field. That's the 16 of Earl Rudy and 57 H.O. Grosso. Wallace and Moyer in row 3. Murray back out. Race number 5. Straightaway. Safety crew now moving in, seeing if Moyer wants a push or if he's going to need a hook. That looks like a push. Looks like a push will be sufficient. So 4 laps into this 8-lap heat race, top 2 qualify. Right now that is the 1M of Tyler Murray and the 33X of Rapid Rick Miller. Earl Rudy in the 16 running the 3rd. And car on the move right now is the 21 BMW of Quinn Wallace. Quinn, of course, had a little bit of bad luck in his four-cylinder heat race, looking to make up for it now.
And Quinn started back in the 5 spot, so he picked up a spot, but again, a little bit different than some years as we've, with the dirt car series, you start heads up on group time trials, so it gives you a little different scenario than when you just draw for starting spots.
And it's very different from the weekly events, a handicap start.
Right.
So field back together, awaiting the green flag from Ricky Green. Green flag is back out. Green flag out.
Looked like the right front tire got in on 99M, got a piece of the 33X, and Kenjic, I think, is expressing his displeasure, if I'm not mistaken there.
George Sanford needing a hook to get back to the pits here on the front straightaway. Number 25 machine, beautiful green and black. And
very good looking color though, right?
Supposedly, if you're superstitious, and many racers are. Personally, I'm not that superstitious. Apparently, it doesn't bother George Sanford.
No.
He's always had green on his car, has he not?
That's true. That's true. Not quite that much, though.
Yeah, that's quite a statement. But very good looking. Number 25 machine, unfortunately, ending his night on the hook, or this heat race anyway. But we'll see him later for a Consi.
Brian Runcie goes to the pits, and Sanford, again, we'll see him in the Consi, as you said, Chris.
Give you 50 cents for it now.
So we're 4 laps jumps into this 8-lap heat race, getting ready to go back to green. It's been all Alan Fink so far in the number 8, but he has the 410 of Mike Fowler, always a strong competitor in the sports area, to contend with on his outside on this restart.
No doubt, every heat we've seen so far, starting in the front row has been an extreme benefit to each and every driver. Same way here as Alan Fink and Mike Fowler set their sights on tomorrow's 50-lap feature event. I said it right, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Got a jump.
I didn't say he jumped, I say he got the jump. Alright, try it again. It's sort of a non-committal line you use that, you don't get blamed for saying something that you think you said,
Well, I guess the final call that matters is the one next door and racing.
Oh, you're closer than I was. I'm over here. I can't hear nothing tonight, so it's like this is as loud as when my 6 granddaughters come over and visit me here today.
Yeah, we got quite a crowd of cast of characters up here in the tower tonight, playing a little bit of musical announcers as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me join the party.
Than that, there was a drunken tailgate party at the Bills game. It was blowing out there in that one. Yeah, somebody said bring the tables out. I'm sure a couple of these drivers would jump up the top of the cars and break tables like a true Bills fan. Have you ever broken that table, John?
His outside is going to be the 31 inside of row number 2, and it'll be Teddy Clayton going away on the outside, number 4 spot. The 90 of feature winner Brett Draper will go away inside of row number 3, and on his outside will be the 71R of Rachel Zacharias. That'll be the 92 of Andrew Buck, the 64B of Brett Bono, the 17J Brett Joy, 69
mark, a $1.50 for the win. 100 for second and 50 for third in each of our qualifying heats tonight.
And I tell you what, boys, Ryan Goldberg's got hooked up with Larry White. He's got those 10T99 line shocks on that 31 machine. And since he's made that switch, that car has come to life. He showed it right there in that heat race. I know there's not a whole lot you can change on these sportsman cars, but shocks are one thing, and he showed it tonight. Looking pretty strong in that 31 box.
Shocks right now.
Race for the sportsmen out on the speedway now.
Brandon Carvey out of the pole position outside Steve Devendorf on the Burden in the 5D. Second on the inside, Amy Holland out of Fulton. In contention for track championships at both Fulton and Brewerton this year. Outside her is Mark Potter in the 28B. Remington Ham goes away in the 857. You have an Isley in 18E. Matt Hill in the 32. Del Pierce, 19.